Welcome to Deep Thought. Many people are simply stuck. I'm gonna tell you what, it's a real shame. Many people are just stuck where they at. They'll get to a certain point in their life and definitely be stuck economically. Be in the same job or same type of job the rest of their lives, stuck in the same general neighborhood the rest of their lives, definitely stuck in the way of thinking for the rest of their lives. And honestly, that's the most crucial thing right there. Many people don't grow. See, I had said before, and I learned from some mentors, a mentor, that people are either growing or dying. I'll say mentors. Hey, they all said it they said the same thing, but just in different ways. A person is either growing or dying. One mentor said a person is either spiraling, going up the steps, or they're going down the spiral steps. That's just a basic principle, but unfortunately you got some people, they're going either way. They just stuck. And in my view, personal view, if they're stuck, they're going backwards. They're not moving forward. We see it all the time. How many people's behavior hasn't changed? And we ain't talking about children. We ain't talking about young people. It's one thing with the young people, because reality with them, most of them will grow mentally. But then, because they forced to, they in school. But what happens when they get out of high school? What happens when they get out of college? They'll get to a place and they're stuck. Fortunately, it's not everyone, but it's a whole lot of people. They're stuck in myriad levels, especially mentally, their mindset. They keep doing the same things over and over. They're not learning from their mistakes. Like I'm famous for talking about relationships. How many men and women keep getting the same mate over and over? Keep getting the same mate over and over. Regardless, they just got different. Yeah, they physically look different, and different backgrounds, and they even maybe even talk about different things. But then when you really look at their personality and general factors, sometimes even how they look, it's the same person. But the person always has trouble. I know a young lady. She's been in a spiral for a long time. I've known her for, a couple decades. And she keeps having trouble with men. She can get one. You get one easily. But the relationships never last. She is stuck. A very good person, but she's stuck. She keeps doing the same thing over and over. And some people, I think it was Albert Einstein who said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Unfortunately, a lot of people do that unconsciously. They don't look at what they're doing. They just feel like, hey, I'm good the way I am. I don't have to change. I don't have to change. But why do I keep having this result? Why do I keep having these relationships? Why people keep doing the same thing to me over and over? And they're not looking at themselves, because like I've said this on my men's channel, I've told the guys, I've told the women on the women's channel, I said, hey, you keep coming across a bad type of person. You come across 20 bad people for you. Only thing they got in common is you. Only thing they have in common. So what is it within you? Because then if you change yourself, you'll change your outcomes. That's why, like on my men's channel, when I talk about self-development, I tell guys, don't blame the women. Don't blame the women. If you deal with these women, you keep running into stuff, that's on you. But you're not changing. What are you changing? What are you doing? What are you learning from? Like every time we experience a different circumstance, like, let me use a relationship example. It was a minister who said relationships are vehicles for growth. Every time you encounter, like say a situation, like, say it's a guy and 3 straight girlfriends, all 3 of them cheated on him. What was it about him that caused them to cheat? No, what was it about him? It's not on the women. What was it in him that even wanted to relate to these women? And if he were to look at that, he would say, oh, this is why I'm getting this particular type of woman, because of this situation here. Let me change that. Let me heal myself from it, and then look for a different type of woman. You know? Because when we keep doing, see, I'm gonna go deep. I haven't really gone deep into spirit. But when we keep doing the same thing over and over, we stuck in that loop. It's an issue there that we psychologically, spiritually, whatever term you want to use, want to solve. We want to solve that issue. And until we solve that issue, we'll be stuck. It's like a broken record. And in fact, I'm going to tell you, let me go a little deeper. We'll tend to have certain issues the same time every year, around the same time every year. That's how much of a loop that it is. What everybody has to do is say, look, I'm stuck. And you can tell if you're stuck. You know if you got the same type of jobs. You know if you're going through the same type of relationships. You know if you keep going through the same type of circumstances. You change. Like if you, like, let me use a relationship example. Because people get those. That's why I'm going to start using them more on this channel. You know? Like say if it's a guy and he's dealing with women. He comes on too strong. The women show some interest, but then he wants to jump into everything. Nothing happens. If he's smart, he'll say, hold up, let me chill out and walk a bit. Let me not push everything. He'll find a change immediately. Because he's not doing the same thing over and over. He's learning from the mistakes. Because like I said, a minister told me, relationships are a vehicle for spiritual growth. And so it's not just in that area, but all areas of life. Well, indeed, relationships in all areas of life are connected because our issues tend to come from dealing with other people. So we need to ask ourselves, okay, what do we keep doing? This situation keep happening. What am I doing in this situation every single time? All right, let me change how I'm thinking. Change how I'm doing stuff. Addressing the reason I keep getting into this situation. I got to move forward. See, understand one thing. If y'all don't take anything else away from this, take this away. Please take this away. You need to be growing. You're on this planet to evolve. You should be, if somebody told me, I actually had somebody say, oh, you know, I like you better back then. That means I haven't evolved. No, I'm not going to stay stuck in something. I'm going to keep going. Anybody who's followed me on any of my channels notice I don't talk the same way, like, especially on my men's channel. I don't talk about the same things I did 5 years ago. And I've had some people say, well, we missed that. Get over it. I'm evolving. Even what I'm talking about now, I don't see myself talking about it in 5. I could be talking about relationships, but I'll be doing it in a different manner. Because I'm looking at some stuff, I was like, no, that wasn't good. That wasn't a good result. So let me change it. Everybody has to have that attitude. You got to say, you got to think, are you going to be a better person tomorrow than you were yesterday? How about that? And you got to work towards that, to always grow, to get better. That's your whole job on this planet. Regardless of what path you follow, you're supposed to become a better person. But if you're stuck, you're not doing the work to become a better person. So I want y'all to think about that. And as always, keep rising. I'll get back with y'all on Sunday morning. Peace and blessings.